Hey everybody, hope this finds you doing well. This is Danelle here at Networkchain. Thank you for watching. Today we're going to talk all about Solana. Obviously, we talk about Bitcoin a lot, but there's more to the cryptocurrency space than Bitcoin. And Solana, which is the second largest smart contract platform in the entire cryptocurrency market, had a lot of news this past week. And let's go ahead and go through the crypto market update really quick. As you can see here, Bitcoin is currently trading at $61,600. It's down 3.75% over the last 7 days. So it's still kind of ranging in that $60,000 range. It dipped below 60 for a little while and then came back up. We've noticed over the last several of weeks, there's been a lot of selling. There could be some more selling upcoming with a lot of people from the Mt. Gox hacks that happened 10 years ago. Some of those folks will be getting some of their funds reimbursed. So there may be some selling because that happened when Bitcoin was in under $1,000. I believe it was actually under $500 at the time that the hack occurred. So a lot of those people who had been forced to hodl their Bitcoin now will have the opportunity to be able to sell at these higher prices. Ethereum down nearly 2% at $3,400. And as we mentioned, we're going to talk about Solana still in that number 5 slot. It is up actually nearly 10% at $144. So if we look a little bit closely at Solana, as you can see over the last 7 days, it had a nice pop up. It bounced off that $125 range, and it's actually bounced off that range a few times over the last couple of months, and it is now trading at around $144. It went up to $150, kind of came back down a little bit over the last couple of days. And what happened with this particular wick is that we got some news that Van Eck, which is an American investment firm that has a number of exchange traded products, filed the first ETF with the SEC. So we have the Bitcoin ETF, which is now currently trading on public markets. We have the Ethereum ETF, which has been approved by the SEC and is in process of getting ready to head to the public markets. And now we have Solana. We have the first application. Now, many are speculating that it could be anywhere to probably 2025 where we could actually get a Solana product trading on the market. That remains to be seen, because now that the Ethereum ETF has been approved, that opens up the possibilities for many other cryptocurrencies to potentially have ETFs. So this is just another sign that goes to show how far digital assets has come, and it's going to show where it is coming where it is going, I should say, in the future. So definitely something to keep an eye out. But if we zoom out and see what Solana has done over the past month, it's actually down 15%. It had reached an all-time high of around $200, or I should say a yearly high of over $200, all the way up from $20 a year ago. It did an actual 10x. It's now come back a little bit, but as you can see, it has done a 7x at this point in time from a year ago. So Solana has been one of the better performing assets in the cryptocurrency space, especially any of the cryptos in the top 20. And it continues to hold and show strength. As I mentioned earlier, it's kind of bouncing off that $125 range. So if it continues to do that maybe a couple more times, we then could see Solana break out, especially if we can get a blast past 200. And then if we can hold that, then there's definitely the sky is the limit when it comes to Solana in terms of where it can go from there once it's able to break above and past $200. So something to watch out for. But some of the major news, we mentioned that Van Eck, which is a large institution and investor and management firm in the United States, has filed for the first Solana ETF in the United States. You can see here the announcement was made on June 27th. So the SEC, which has approved, as we mentioned, the Bitcoin ETFs, which is trading, and the Ethereum ETFs, which is soon to be traded, they have now been the first to apply for a Solana ETF. There's a lot happening on the Solana blockchain. There's been a ton of development with Solana over the last couple of years. They have higher transaction throughput compared to Ethereum, as well as lower transaction fees. And when you're looking at the possibilities of millions and maybe even billions of people one day getting onto the blockchain and using the blockchain, you want to find a blockchain that is secure, that is efficient, that is fast, and that is low cost. And so that is what Solana has continually been working on and has been developing over the years. And so that is why it has now reached the status of number 5 in the total list of cryptocurrencies by market cap. And it is the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap. But in many ways, it has actually surpassed Ethereum in terms of some of the transactions and the amount of action that has been happening on the blockchain compared to Ethereum. So Solana has definitely continued to show strength and growth over these last couple of years. So then after we had the Van Eck announcement, 21 shares the next day also files for an application for a spot Solana ETF. So we wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some more applications start to roll in now that we have these first 2 applications that have been supplied to the United States Security and Exchange Commission. So you can learn a little bit more here about why they have decided to file for a Solana ETF. And we showed this I believe it was several months ago. Van Eck has been doing research on Solana for several months, really probably for the last couple of years, but they published a research paper towards the end of 2023, and you can go to their website and they go into the base, bear, and bull case and their valuation of Solana in the year 2030. So it breaks down and gives some comparisons to some of the other smart contract platforms that are here and up and coming. And it talks about the applications on Solana that continues, their ecosystem continues to grow and is very expansive at this point. Meme coins, which are very popular. There are a ton of meme coins that are doing very well on the Solana blockchain. So here it goes into the contrasting philosophies between Solana and Ethereum. It goes into Solana's developer market share, as well as the fees and expenses. And it goes to give you more of a breakdown in terms of why there is a case for Solana to continue to do well over the next several years going into 2030, I should say. And as you can see here, they published their base, their bear, and their bull case, with their bull case going as high as $3,211 by the year 2030, excuse me. So obviously they are very bullish and see the potential of Solana. Obviously you have to take all of this information with a grain of salt and do your due diligence if this is something that you're interested in potentially investing in. We've already seen Solana do a 10x over the past year. It's come back down a little bit, currently up 7x from where it was a year ago. So it's already had a nice amount of growth in terms of valuation. So we will continue to see whether or not that will continue over the next several months going into 2025, particularly if we do have this Solana ETF approved by the SEC. Obviously, a lot is going to be happening over the next 12 to 18 months. We have an election in the United States. We have the Ethereum ETFs that could be coming onto the market very soon. So there's going to be a number of things that are going to come into play, especially from a macroeconomic environment. There's inflation that people are still combating all over the world. There could be more money printing. So there's a lot of catalysts that could potentially propel Solana to some of these higher valuations potentially over the next couple of years. We also learned recently this past week that they have introduced what they call actions and blink. So this will allow the blockchain to be on Web 2 sites as well as social media apps. So it's going to give people more and easier access to the blockchain using blockchain links. Let's go ahead and play this and you can get an idea of what they're doing. So as you can see, with blockchain links, basically you will be able to have direct access to the Solana blockchain and being able to do transactions on the Solana blockchain directly in a social media app or on a Web2 website just by clicking a link. So you have the opportunity to be able to transact on the blockchain without having to go outside of a particular application. So if you set up your own marketplace, obviously blockchain is all about enabling peer-to-peer transactions. You can now do that on your website. You can have it links set up on your social media applications. So this is just another way to integrate the blockchain into what we know as traditional Web2 services. So it's obviously still a work in progress, but we do appreciate and recognize projects like Solana that are doing work and continuing to develop. And this is what we look at when we consider investing in digital assets. But we do need platforms like Solana, like the Ethereums and some of the other smart contract platforms that are going to allow for various functionality using the blockchain and using these smart contracts to be able to buy NFTs, to be able to take real world assets and put it on the blockchain and use the security and efficiency and transparency of the blockchain to be able to do peer-to-peer transactions. So there's still a lot coming in the world of cryptocurrencies, and obviously we're going to continue to keep you posted. Please make sure to check us out on X. We're there nearly every day to keep you posted on what's going on a daily basis, as well as on IG. We thank you for watching. We look forward to connecting and linking with you on the Networkchain. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.